Lately, I've discovered a new drug. It's a very powerful and potent drug that nourishes my soul with the most incredible high afterwards. That drug is random acts of kindness. Now, I'm sure you already have a kind heart and you don't need my help with that. But sometimes we don't know what to do with this energy and how to express this kindness. So in today's video, I want to share with you 7 small things that you can do to put a smile on somebody's face and a smile on yours in return. This video isn't going to be about donating money or volunteering for charity. I'm going to save that for another time. These are small things that you can do out and about in the world for anyone for no real reason other than to spread happiness. So why do random acts of kindness matter? Well, when you do a random act of kindness, you begin a chain reaction. Whomever is on the receiving end of that act is now in a better mood, and they are more likely to do something kind to the next person. And this isn't just my experience or intuition, this is actually backed by science. A recent study by neuroscientist Grit Hein at Würzburg University in Germany found that empathy is socially transmitted, and people can either lose or gain empathy depending on their environment. That environment is shaped by the actions of other people around you. So whether you've been on the receiving end of a kind act or not, there's no better time than now to begin this chain of kindness. A really simple random act of kindness that you can do is pay for the person behind you. This works best at drive-thrus or coffee shops where not a lot of money is being spent, but it's more than enough to make somebody's day. I like to do this on Fridays at my local coffee shop. I give the barista an extra $10 in cash and tell them to give somebody their coffee for free and put the change in the tip jar. At the drive-thru, you can simply tell the associate at the window that you'd like to pay for the person behind you. When you do this, you won't often see the recipient of your kindness. But in many ways, that's actually better, because you can just be content knowing that you did something good. Here's a random act of kindness you can do at the grocery store. Next time you're in the parking lot, check to see if anybody has just finished loading up their car and needs their cart taking back. Just go up to them and say, "Excuse me, ma'am, would you like me to take your cart back for you?" I specifically do this for elderly people, whether it's a man or a woman, because for them, taking the cart back is much more of an ordeal than it is for you. And I think with random acts of kindness, it particularly helps if you're well dressed. Because we live in a world where kindness and chivalry is so rare, people often have their guard up. For example, an elderly woman might be suspicious of a young man coming up to her in the parking lot offering to take her cart back. But if you look presentable and smile, they're much more likely to trust you and gladly accept the offer. This is another random act of kindness you can do at the grocery store. When you're at the checkout, let the person behind you go first, particularly if you have many items and they have just a few. Just tell them, "Please, go ahead before me. I'm not in a rush, I don't want to hold you up with all this stuff." I've actually been on the receiving end of this, and it's something I was very grateful for. I actually think this is just as much of an act of common courtesy as it is kindness, because it shows that you're looking out for other people while expecting nothing in return. This random act of kindness is something you can do anywhere and for anyone. Next time somebody drops something on the floor, swoop down and pick it up for them. Maybe it's their keys they've dropped, a coin or a phone. Anyone will appreciate the kindness of somebody who goes out their way to bend down and get it for them, especially if they hadn't even noticed and would have risked losing it. And when it comes to elderly or disabled people, they will particularly appreciate it. For example, if an elderly person drops their keys, they might not be able to bend down. That could mean they wouldn't be able to get in their car or get home without somebody's help. Perhaps the easiest way you can do a random act of kindness is with a sincere and specific compliment. I understand it requires confidence to tell a stranger something you like about them, but it's also a good mental exercise to see the good in everyone. You can give a compliment anywhere, and you can even combine it with another random act of kindness. For example, maybe you're taking the shopping cart back for an elderly person and you compliment their beautiful vintage car. Or maybe the person that you let go before you in the grocery line has some interesting tattoos. You can even compliment something that isn't visually obvious, for example, telling them that they radiate positive energy, or you can just tell that they're a kind person. A trick to delivering good compliments is to make them as personal as possible while expecting nothing in return. And if you feel shy, just make your compliments and walk away. For example, you could tell an old lady in the grocery store that she's looking very beautiful today, and then just walk off into the next aisle. There's something very fun about being liberal with your praise and then hurrying off, just leaving a trail of happiness in your wake. Most people only ever speak to the manager to make a complaint about an employee, whether that's a retail associate, server, or hotel worker. But next time you receive great service, make sure to sing their praises to their higher up. I recently did this when I tried Krav Maga for the first time. There was an instructor there who was extremely helpful and gave me a lot of one-on-one time as a beginner to show me the moves. Although I decided not to join the community, I made sure to tell the manager what a great teacher she was and how much I appreciated her. You can also do this virtually by writing positive online reviews and thanking the person by name, because you can be sure that the manager reads these reviews. In a professional setting, maybe you drop your boss an email saying how much a colleague helped you with a particular project. Or perhaps you write a recommendation on LinkedIn for your coworker. A simple random act of kindness that you can do as a man is to carry something heavy for someone else. This could be a neighbor who needs help with groceries or a heavy package. It might be the girl on the college campus who's carrying a heavy stack of books. And traveling offers many opportunities to do this random act of kindness. For example, you might offer to get their luggage off the carousel, fetch their carry-on out of the overhead locker, or help them with a heavy suitcase up the stairs. Personally, I only do this with women and elderly people because men have egos and might be offended that you think they need help. But apart from that, this is an act that will always be appreciated. Gentlemen, I want to hear from you in the comments. What random acts of kindness do you like to do? And I would love it if it's one that I didn't share in this video, because I want this comment section to be filled with inspirational ideas. As I said, I think being well dressed when doing these random acts of kindness is very helpful because it increases a stranger's trust in you, which when you're helping them with something or even holding their possessions can be very important. So if you need some help in that department, I've got you covered. Check out my video on 8 classic style essentials to dress like a gentleman. This is going to help you put together stylish looks with foundational, interchangeable pieces that you can wear again and again. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you for watching today's one, and I'll speak with you all in the comments.